With the distraction of the Europa Conference League gone, West Ham now need to bounce back after that shocking performance against Brighton. This is the big match preview. Joining me today is Mr. Lawless. You all right, Dan?
Yes, very good, mate. You know what? I was feeling angry down in the dumps, but sometimes win, regardless of who it is, just take the bitter taste out of your mouth, just a little bit. Not massively, but just a
Yeah.
little bit of sugar. That little bit of sugar, take that bitter taste out. So feel a little bit better now and a bit more excited. I'm excited actually. Obviously, every game is like a cup final, so that's what it feels like I'm going into this Sunday.
That is it. That is it, mate. You know, we had that distraction, as I said at the start of the Conference League. It was a comfortable win. Not the greatest of performances, but a win's a win. You know, we've got to take it. We've got the job done, and sort of come away from there slightly unscathed. But it is a big test for us going into this game. You know, Villa. They've had a bit of a patchy form of late, but they're coming into this game off the back of 2 wins and 2 clean sheets.
Yeah, that's what I'm. A lot of people were. I think there's a lot of fans that were sort of just looking at this as if, yeah, we'll beat Villa at home. You know, we'll win this one. It's a home game. You know, it's Villa. You know, we'll win. We don't have to worry about the Bryans. We don't beat the Bryans because we'll win this. You can't
Mhm.
take this for granted. They are, like you said, good side. Got a very good manager who I was quite jealous that they got him. Unai Emery. I think he's a
Yeah.
quality manager and. Um, yeah, honestly, they got a quality group of players. I think Kamara, I know we're going to go through the team news, could be out, which is huge for us. But apart from that, I mean, quality all over the pitch.
Mm.
When you look at it,
Well, that's it. They sort of went for a manager, didn't they? And Emery that has got Premier League experience and may probably change a few things around the
yeah,
football club.
won
And it seems
trophies.
at the moment to be working. Yeah, yeah, trophy winner as well. That's
That's
true.
it. Trophy winner. Um, yeah, and plays good football. Yeah, good manager. Still, got youth on his side to a degree in manager years. Still quite a young manager.
Mm.
So it's an exciting prospect for them, and definitely a team we have to look at, and not expect that we're just gonna we'll just win, we'll just beat them because we're at home. They're gonna give us a really tough game and we
Yeah.
need to play. If we play anywhere near like we did against Brighton, if we play, half as bad as we did against Brighton, we'll get turned over.
That's the thing. We need to look at, we're coming, even though we had that defeat, we're at home. Last home game was that 4-0 win over Forest, which was a massive, massive positive result for us. The performance against United in the Cup, apart from the shocking defending in the last 20 minutes or so, again was a positive performance. And it was like you don't know where that Brighton one come from. So going into this, I think we've got to focus on the fact that we've had the midweek game, the 2-0 win, got a clean sheet there. We've got decent performances from our last 4 games. And our last game at home, like I said, a 4-0 win. We've got to start turning the London Stadium into a bit of a fortress, especially if we want to stay in this league.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And look, there has been a lot of talk online about, and Razor Ruddock came out and said, "Oh, the fans have to get behind this and get behind that," and we do. Well, I think we get behind them, but there's been no secret that the atmosphere at the stadium this season, especially from the start of the stadium, not just because it's been poor,
Mm.
it's been really poor, and I think some of that definitely does come from the football, from what we watch. Scott, me and you, we sit in probably one of the livelier parts of the stadium.
Hmm.
Everyone stands up,
Yeah.
they're singing, but it's felt flat. I think the football's been flat, and there is an
Yeah.
argument: should it take what you're? It's always a lot of the time, is when you see something, you see it gets you excited, gets you up for it. It's a flat game. It's harder because you're so invested into what's happening on the pitch and how you're playing. It's hard to
Hmm.
detach yourself from that and just sing and chant regardless. And that's
Yeah.
the thing where you have those, like we saw at Larnaca, you have them singing sections where their job is to sing. Their role
Hmm.
is to sing regardless. You have people that aren't even watching the game, they're conducting the crowd, and the crowd are just singing and being conducted because that's their role. We don't have that. We're all fans
No.
tied into what's happening on the pitch, watching what the teams are doing. They're making misplaced passes. We're oh shit and all that. You have to be able to detach yourself to just sing when the football's really bad.
That's the thing. Like you look at the away section when we play away from home. You know, it's we're one of the louder away
Mm.
sections of supporters. Whenever we travel, we sing win or lose. You know, we're always singing. I remember being at Fulham, being 3-0 down, and the whole for about 20 minutes, all you had was "We Are West Ham's Claret and Blue Army" and things like that. You know, because you sort of accept that the things ain't going well on the pitch, so you entertain
Yeah.
yourself,
But
so
you
to
know
speak,
what the
because you're
other
all there for the
difference
same
is,
reason.
Scott? You know the other reason why you get that away and you don't get that home? Some people will sit there and say, oh, it's because the away fans are so amazing. Well, a lot of them away fans are at the home ground and then the home ground because it's part of the away experience. You're going
Yeah,
away
yeah.
not just to watch the football, for the experience of being away. Everyone goes up there, they're in the
Hmm.
pubs, they're getting on it, they're loving just being away regardless of whatever's happening on the pitch. You're having that away day, right? And the singing and partying,
Hmm.
all of that, that all ties into it, regardless of how shit you are,
Yeah.
And fans were singing, but they were singing, we're fucking shit because that's what we're the best fans at self-deprecating humor, self-deprecating songs,
Yeah.
but you don't get that at home because it's
No.
different. You're in your same seat every week. You go to the ground, you make the same journey. It's not the experience that it is there.
Mm.
You're there to watch the game, and you
Yeah.
watch the game, and how we're playing on the pitch impacts how you feel. But what the other thing
Hmm.
is that stadium, it's so much harder. You have to work extra hard to get songs going. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
we have it like,
Yeah. Of course, that's it.
yeah, go on, mate.
Yeah, but the thing is, we know. I think even off the back of the Brighton game, I think every fan going in that stadium will get behind the team. I can't sit there and say that I've seen anybody this season with the way things are going bad be against the team at all. You know, maybe towards the end, if we put in a bad performance, we got beat. You get your boos. People would like voicing their opinions, which they're entitled to do. But from the from when that game starts, every single one of the fans there are behind the
Yeah.
team. You know, and I hate that comment. Oh, you've got to get behind the team. You've got to get behind the team. We're always behind the team.
Yeah. When
You
have you
know,
heard
the
someone on
team
the first
sometimes
whistle
need
boo?
to.
Do you know what I mean? And that,
Yeah,
no, it never happened.
and that's the thing. We're not. We're there. We're there behind the team. We're supporting that team. Every single player out there in claret and blue for us, we're behind them. We're supporting them. Whether we like the player, whether we don't like the player, they play for the team. We want them to do the best. We want them to win, and that's the thing. Comments like what you see, what Ruddock come out with, it's a silly comment. It's a silly comment,
And
but
like I
you know
said, I don't want to hear
we'll
it
go to
from
this
blokes
one.
with Millwall and Spurs tattoos. Do you know what I mean? Telling West Ham fans how they should act, how they should behave. But like you said, they
Exactly,
come. We
exactly.
sing bubbles, full voice. The game starts.
Yep,
Come on, every time that first whistle blows, everyone's come on, you irons! Like every game,
exactly.
no matter what.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, and then the players set the tone. There has to be give and take. We always start off and
Hmm.
singing and loud. And then the players have to give back. The manager has to give back. So
Exactly.
it's a relationship. It's a dynamic.
It's a two-way
Yes.
streak. They can't be all giving from one side and then nothing from the other side. So it's one of them. But as I said, I think we're going to take a bit of confidence from the winning midweek. I know a lot of people say it's a Mickey Mouse competition and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, yes, they are probably the level of a League Two side in this country. But you have to beat what's in front of you. And the one thing for me the Conference League, we've done that. So we've got to take the positives out of the game. We're coming into Villa, like you said, Villa, a bit patchy with the form. Coming into this, they're going to be confident. They're going to be looking at this at game day one. Like you touched on, with injury wise, they've got no Coutinho. Kamara's out injured. I think Den Donker might be missing for this one as well. So that's three midfield players there. Coutinho more of an attacking type player, but he is quite creative. Kamara's going to be a big miss for him.
Yeah.
So they've got weaknesses there that we can probably
It's the best
exploit.
time.
When you look from our point of view, sorry,
I was
mate, go
going to
on.
say it's and so based on what you've said there, Scott, it's the best time to play him, and you're probably going to get
Hmm.
onto it. We've got a great record against them. I don't think we've lost to them since they've come up. I think it was something like played 9, uh, drawn 3-1, 6 or something like that. Uh, something like
Mhm.
that. So
It we're so I was gonna save these stats for the end before I do your predictions,
sorry.
but we are actually unbeaten in the last 9, and we've won the last 5 on the
Oh
spin
right, 5 on this.
against them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a big, it's they're we're sort of their bogey team at the moment.
Isn't
So
that nice
going,
to be someone else's bogey team? It's very rare.
it's great, isn't it? But that's it. But like when you look at the injury concerns that we've got, obviously Sufal Fabianski are definitely out. Um, I know Antonio picked up a little bit of knock on Thursday, and Moyes come out and said Paqueta's felt his calf as well. So they're probably a bit touch and go on them two. So we will be a little bit weaker without them type of players. But I don't know, because we're at home and because we have got that good record against Villa, I'm quite confident on this one.
It's hard for me to say to describe myself as confident after the Brighton game, but I'm not doom and gloom. I'm going into it feeling like, yeah, we can win this game. Like we have a good chance. But I'm not so confident as I think we're not. There's the chance we won't get beat. Like we could get beat. If we're not on our A game. But like you said, with them players have got missing. Obviously, they've still got good players
Yeah.
in that side, that can hurt you. Like Mings has been playing really well in
Hmm.
defence. You Lucas Digne. You know, they've got some really good players. Buendia is a dangerous
Yeah.
player. He's quality. Buendia.
And then
And
obviously they've got
Watkins is
Watkins, yeah,
fire.
and they've got the young lad who plays up top with him as well. Is it Bailey?
Yeah, well, Bailey. The thing is, and I was looking at when I watched the Villa and Arsenal game, and he's one of them players. Like he's
Hmm.
frustrating, but he's quite exciting, and he can make things happen. And if he sorts out that decision making and just that final ball, like he can be
Yeah.
dangerous. But he will run our defense ragged if he comes on, if he's or starts. So he is a player to look out for, and he can really cause us problems.
Well, that's it, and that's it. And when we touch back on their form as well, you look at that game against Arsenal. It was 2-2, and Arsenal's third goal was very lucky. It's the post, it's the keeper on the back of the head and goes in, and then obviously they concede the
Yeah,
fourth, trying to get the equaliser. So, you know, this they're going to be very very tough opposition. Even though I am confident they are going to be tough opposition for this game.
yeah. Do you know what worries me the most, Scott? Right? Is Martinez.
Mhm.
They've got World Cup winning goalkeeper quality. I think he could be playing for a top four side. Personally, I think he's that good. Um, we couldn't even test fucking what's his name at Spurs.
Oh,
I wanted to say Paul Robinson, but then I'm going back in time.
Foster,
No,
weren't it?
Foster,
Yeah.
yeah, we couldn't test Foster, who's a liability. And then now we've got a top quality keeper. We've not only just got a test, we've got to try and beat him.
Well,
So that's what
the
worries
thing
me.
is, Dan, let's be honest. You look at last night against Larnaca. Their goalkeeper had to pick the ball out to the back of the net twice before he even made a save. So
Yeah,
if we, so long as we're clinical, that's what we need to be, clinical in front of goal.
yeah,
I don't know.
big time.
I don't know whether you had time to do it, but what would you go for tomorrow with your starting 11
Right, I've had time. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this off the top of my
off
head.
the fly?
Right, freestyle it. Obviously, Areola in goal picks itself. Fabianski's injured. I'm going to stick with Emerson left back. I didn't think Creswell done a lot wrong, but Emerson, I think, deserves to keep his
Hmm.
place. I'm gonna go Aguerd, and do you know what? I'm gonna put my neck out and say Zuma.
Hmm.
I thought he played very well. He's coming back into it. I'm gonna say that he should be fit to start. Kerr right back. I think Johnson should be dropped. Listen, I defend him a lot. I like Johnson. I don't like to get on his back too much, but yeah, he was poor. So he should be dropped. So Kerr. In the middle, I'm going to go with Rice. I know Paqueta's a doubt, but he hasn't said he's not playing.
Hmm.
So I'm going to go on the assumption Paqueta is fit. And then I really badly want to put Cornet in this game. He looked good. I think it's just a step too soon in the Premier League. But otherwise, I'd have him on the left and Ben Rama in the 10.
Hmm.
But I'm going to go Ben Rama on the left. Then I'm going to go Fornals in the 10. Bowen on the right. and Ings up top.
Ings, who's got has got a point to prove against Villa. Um, I'm
Yes.
I'm with you with the same goalkeeper and back four, but I'd like to see Moyes. I know we was funny enough. We were discussing on Friday Night Pint that we probably won't see a change in the system. It's too late for him to do it. But I'd like to see Moyes mix it up. So I'd like to see the same back five that you said in Ariola, Kera, Zuma, Aguerd, Rice,
Back four.
back four. Sorry, well, five with the goalkeeper.
Ah, sweet.
um,
Yeah, yeah, everywhere.
Rice and Paqueta as the midfield two. Bowen on the right, Benny on the left, and I'd like us to see go Antonio, if fit, and Danny Ings up front together. Because I don't think Skamaka's got the minutes in him to start the game, but I'd like to see
No.
that. I know we probably won't see the two up top, but I'd like to see,
Yeah, he didn't even do it against
yeah,
Larnaca. But
I'd
yeah,
like to see a two up top and Ings and Antonio. Because I don't think Skamaka's fit enough to play a full 90. Like you, I think Cornet, I
no,
think this is far too soon. Hopefully, we'll see Skamaka and Cornet sometime in the game. But yeah, that's
yeah,
that's what I'd go for.
yeah, yeah. No, listen, I would love to see that two up top, and I think Antonio could be very good in a two.
Hmm. And obviously,
You know,
as we said, like people just saying, "Oh, it's only Lineker, it's only this," but the two goals he took well, and he was unlucky not to get the third. So he's going to be breaming with confidence going into this game.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna help because obviously he scored against Forest,
Hmm.
and then 2 games later he gets another
Yeah.
two. So regardless, for a striker, just feeling the ball, putting the ball in the back of the net, it just gives you a boost. It just gets that monkey off your back, that
Hmm.
that that dark cloud over your head of just not being able to score. I've got to score. I
Yeah.
need to start scoring. When it's just in your head,
Yeah.
it helps deal with that. And I think that pressure off of his shoulders now, and he can just focus and have that confidence. I think that's going to do him the world of
Mm.
good. I still don't think he's like if we have he should be our first choice striker right now. Where he's got
Yeah.
to, but I still think he has something to offer this
Yeah,
team.
100%, 100%. And as I said, I think when if people go back and watch Friday Night Pint, and we said we need to go at teams a bit more, and I think to get a result against Villa, we can't afford to sit back. They've
No,
teams that sort of do that. I think they get the better of. They beat Palace 1-0. They've beaten Southampton, so I feel that we need to take the game to them and proper have a go at them. So in saying that,
and that will lift the fans.
yeah.
If we're such a key part as they say, and they need us behind them, go for
Yeah.
it. The stadium will lift. It's like we've had to sit there and watch just this drab football, and imagine like taking the shackles off. It'll be like taking a weight off the
Mhm.
fans' shoulders, where we get to go there and enjoy it. And be excited what we see, and the atmosphere will be amazing
Yeah.
because we're just throwing ourselves forward and having a go. Of course, not abandoning everything
Mm.
defensively, but let's just like you said, go for it. We're at home. Like you can forgive when you're away from home a lot of the times, but come
Put
on,
a team put
like they got all these injuries. We're at home. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
put a team to the sword. So saying all that, what is your prediction for Sunday, mate?
Do you know what? With their
Mhm.
injuries, um, I'm gonna go 2-1 West Ham. It's our away. If this was away from home, I'd probably predict a loss. Our away form is shocking, and I'm not saying our home form's amazing, but it's a lot
Well,
better. And I just feel,
Villa's one of our only away wins of the season.
yeah, it is, it is. And like you said, we're undefeated against them since they come up. 5 wins on the spin against them. We seem to be their bogey team. I, I think it will continue if we lose to them, and then something's
Exactly.
really wrong.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm with you, mate. I was going to say 2-1. We all know me. I'm Mr. Positive. I never say we're going to lose, but I'm with you because it's at home. I feel more comfortable, feel more confident. So I'm on the same scoreline as you, mate. I'm going for a 2-1 win as well.
It's the safety
It is, isn't
scoreline,
it?
isn't it?
Yeah,
You
it's
just
the way it's the
you,
go-to scoreline. you know, we we
it
we
is, isn't it?
we're both confident they're not going to keep a clean sheet, so that's why we're going for a 2-1.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think I can see Watkins scoring, but it's again like we say this a lot. The first goal is
Yeah,
important
yeah,
because if they score first, fans will turn
that's it.
sour.
Exactly.
Um,
That's
so
we
yeah, well, let's try and get that
yeah,
first
we
goal.
need a good start. So let's hope we have that.
Yes, and that's the thing. I just want to find. I noticed this. I said this on
Mm,
Twitter. Um, doesn't matter who the opposition is. We start slow every
yeah.
game. Larnaca started slow every game, and there's a reason why we're the only team in English football to not score within the first 15
Mhm.
minutes this season.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um,
And
so we have to deal with these slow
yeah,
starts.
that's a worrying stat, mate. And like you said, from set pieces as well is another worrying stat. I think we've got one goal from
Yeah,
a direct set piece, so to speak. So
yeah. When that made up most of our goals, in previous
exactly.
seasons, most of our goals were set pieces, and we've just taken away our main
Mm,
source of
yeah.
goals. And now that's why a big reason why we're struggling to score because we're not getting set
No.
pieces.
Exactly.
So we have to find a way to make it work from open play if we can't get these set pieces right.
That's it, mate.
And we got rid of one of our best goal scorers from set pieces
Dawson.
Dawson in the
Yeah,
January.
who went straight to Wolves and scored from a set piece.
Yeah, exactly. One of our biggest threats from set pieces we got
Yeah,
rid of.
that's crazy, mate. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's mad old season. It really
Yeah,
is, mate.
that's it. But yeah, no, thank you very much for joining me, mate. We will be there on Sunday. Nicky should be back from Cyprus by then, hopefully. But catch us for all the fan cam
Yeah.
stands, instant match reaction. Then we'll probably be doing a post match reaction after the game as well. But yeah, only one thing left to say, mate. Come on, you
Come on, you
irons.
Irons.